is an island by the sea filled with volcanoes, and it's beautiful. In the year -1 billion, might not have been here. In the year -40,000, was here, and you could walk to it, and some people walk to it. So now there's people on the island. They're basically sort of hanging out in between the eating nuts off trees and using the latest technology, like and now you can make a lot of really, really quickly. That means if you own the you own a lot of which is something everybody needs to hire a shit ton of soldiers, so that makes you king. Knock knock, get the door, it's hi. They said, hi dipshit, said can you call us something else other than dipshit, said Japan. Like what, said how about sunless, said Japan. And they stole TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders. A rich hipster named is bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns a better version, which is more fucking crazy, comes back, reinvents the alphabet, and causes to be great for a long time. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from hire the post-war mega alliance, the League of Everyone started hiring rich, important people hired poor people who could not afford to hire did not hire Breaking news, some have invaded China.
We've invaded China,
said the
Please respect us, or else we might invade you as well.
Okay, said Japan. So the came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado. Now there's more like painting with less gunboats. Collaborative It's time for who's going to be the next Knock knock, it's Europe. No, they're not here to take over. They just want to sell some shit, like clocks, and guns, and Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down. Knock knock, it's the with huge with guns. Gun Open the Stop having it be closed, said the There's really nothing they could do, so they died in a tornado. And Russia rushes in out of nowhere and says, stop, no, you can't take that. We were going to build a railroad through here to try to get some And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of And then when the railroad was done, they downgraded to a shit ton of... Did I say downgrade? I meant downgrade. And Japan says, can you maybe chill? And Russia says, how about Japan is kind of scared of You'll never guess who's also kind of scared of Great Britain. So Japan and Great Britain make an alliance together so they can be a little less scared of Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants some And the next thing on their list is this part of and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs to which just had war declared on it by because was friends with which was being trespassed by in order to get to kick France's ass. Now the war is over, and congratulations, you technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at with the stones and bowls where they decided who owns what. And yes, Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from You also get to join the post-war mega alliance, the League of Stones and Bowls, whose mission statement is to try not to take over the Like, no, don't do that if you're in the League of Stones and Bowls. You're not supposed to take over the And Japan said, how about anyway? It's time for World War. Then the neighbors who happened to be Britain said, holy shit. And the United States started helping because they are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not Plus they're planning on invading the entire The United States is also working on a large, very huge bigger than any other ever, just in case. So they drop it on Japan. They actually drop United States installed a nuke inspired by the United States with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic And Japan starts making sexy times as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the goes wild, and then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess.